What's up, everybody? That last video got the most unsubs I've had in a long time, so while I'm behind, I might as well just go for broke. Sorry to break it to you, but as the saying goes, you can't get blood from a turnip. So last Friday, the Director of National Intelligence accused a former president of treasonous conspiracy, but that's not sensational enough for the internet these days. But all Tulsi can do in her position is make the referral. Now it's over in Pam Bondi's court to actually do something with it. And then there's the matter of whether or not there's enough info there to actually convict anyone of a crime. And then just a few hours ago, Tulsi released all of the MLK Jr. files, which I'm not sure how many people are actually interested in at the moment. And then Pam Bondi grants a probe into the whole email problem from a while back. So a lot of stuff going on right now. But the one thing we haven't seen are the files.
So desperate to train your attention away from
Jeffrey.
Epstein that they are throwing quite literally anything and everything at the wall to distract you. And what better than the one story that the GOP has dined out on for nearly a decade, Hillary's email.
So now everybody on the left is insisting on these files. Jasmine Crockett's all worried about it now. Adam Schiff ran right out to Stephen Colbert to tell his side of the story the other day, which, by the way, not even 2 days after they cut the Prop G funding, $9 billion, Colbert says that his show's finally over. And then some people dug into that, and the show's got $100 million a year budget. Now, just think about that. You have a building and you build a studio in there, a one-time cost. You have 3 or 4 writers and then the production crew. Everybody be living fat off of $10 million a year, but $100 million a year. And they're closing up shop 2 days after they stop funding for public media. But Schiff ran out there to tell his side of the story. Hakeem Jeffries is all over this. Everybody on the D side of things is all over this. They want the files. So why the change of heart? This wasn't an issue for the 4 years of JoJo. And if they had any information in there that would implicate Blumph, don't you think they'd have used it? They've had every one of their ex-operatives working overtime all weekend. It was trending arrest Barry over the weekend. But if you look into it, it's all flooded with posts like this. And the one bit that never gets old is, she's with the Russians. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this all, they're just running cover and making sure that this doesn't lead back to Blumph? It was him the whole time. The Dems were covering for him during their last administration too. And here's something that's surprisingly missing from all of this. The Director of National Intelligence accuses a former president, and CNN is acting like this doesn't even exist. Tulsi made those statements in a very public way last Friday. It's all over Fox News today. CNN knows this is going on, yet they decide not to mention it. Maybe because of their 4 years of nightly participation in this lie. And look at how Newsweek frames this. Bondi grants email probe amid the files furor. The timing of the disclosure arrives as Bondi faces mounting scrutiny over her office's handling of the files. A very brief description of the email controversy. And but why haven't we seen the files? And once again, they reference the unsigned, undated memo. So if the objective was to get the left asking for the files, well then, mission accomplished. Or
is so desperate to train your attention away from
Jeffrey.
Epstein that they are throwing quite literally anything and everything at the wall to distract you.
Colbert is an obvious move to appease Donald Trump. And I need to tell y'all something. If you don't think we are under a regime with an authoritarian strategy, then you are bugging. This is textbook authoritarian rule. Target your critic, centralize power in a few hands, intimidate through punishment or removal. And you know what that usually does? Shuts people the F up, okay? Tightens control over public discourse, sends a message to all media outlets that criticism of Trump could cost you access, approval, editorial control, all your job. This is what authoritarian regimes do. They weaponize legal systems to punish dissent and control.
So there's a huge effort right now to keep the conversation on this totalitarian regime and make sure that you keep focusing on the files and not other things that are going on. And then they release the MLK files after 60 years, as well as open a probe into this, which also ties in with Barry. So this obviously means that it's all a distraction. They're covering for Trump, and we really need to get those files to get the truth, right?